Greetings everyone, we are back with another Ask Me Anything session. We warmly welcome you all. I am Advocate Aashi Pawar, Deputy Vice President Legal Services at NRI Legal Services. Today's topic is significance of mutation of properties in India. So if you have any query related to this topic, you can drop your queries in our comment section and we'll try our level best to answer each and every query during this session. But before I begin, I would like my colleague to introduce herself.
Hello everyone, I am Advocate Ashna Singh, Legal Associate with NRI Legal Services.
Thank you, Ashna. So what is property mutation? So the real estate market in India is very valuable and it forms a significant portion of an individual's asset, making it even more significant for a person to understand the importance of property mutation. So let's understand what is property mutation. So it is a process wherein the records are updated or changed with the information of the new owner in the revenue authorities. So it is a formal process wherein the applicant goes to the department and says that I have become the owner of the property and now my name should be mutated in the revenue records, and after verification of everything the mutation records are updated. So that means after the completion of verification and the authentication of the documents produced by the applicant, so after that only the mutation is completed. So let me tell you, I have to be very clear with you on this. The mutation is not a title document. It acts as a proof of the title of the owner. So the Supreme Court of India has also held that the mutation certificate is only used for administrative purposes, for revenue purposes. For example, calculation of property tax or for applying for water and electricity connections. So yes, this is property mutation. So now I will discuss the importance of property mutation. There are various reasons why you should follow this step, and I'll discuss all the reasons one by one. So the first reason is proof of legal ownership. So the mutation certificate acts as a supporting document to the person who is owning that property. So whenever there is some unreasonable claim coming from the third party and that person says that I am the owner of the property, if you have the title deed and along with that you have the mutation certificate in hand, you can claim the property and your rights are secured on that property. So the second reason is it ensures the legal inheritance, right? Whenever a person is expired and the legal heirs have to base their claim on the assets left by the deceased. So definitely if you have the mutation certificate of the deceased person, you can go to the department and get everything done. So it ensures smooth transfer of the property. So the third is protection from unwanted fraudulent cases. So there are some cases where we have seen that one property is sold several times. Why? Because the owners skip this step. They face the repercussions because they have not done the mutation on that property. So the opposite parties, they know that these properties are still going on with the previous owners' names. So because of this reason, the assets get sold several times and the true owner of the property suffers. So if you want to protect yourself from such claims, such illegal claims, you should get your property mutated, right? So now I will discuss the challenges you are going to face.
I would add something.
Yes, please.
So there may be times like if you want to take a loan from any banks or any financial institutions,
yes,
then they might ask for the mutation records for the purpose of a supporting document.
Right.
So in that case also, if you have the property record and it's certified, duly certified, I think that will be an easy process for you to get the loan sanctioned, and it's a little less complex process.
Yes.
So yes, do remember in that case as well.
Yes, thank you, Ashna. So I was talking about the challenges the people will face if they skip this important step. So if you are putting your property on sale and the buyer asks for the mutation certificate, and if you don't have one, obviously the buyer will become suspicious. He will think about this thing, that why you do not possess the mutation certificate, are you the true owner of the property? So yes, that is why the mutation certificate is very important. The another challenge you will face is definitely if some other person is claiming right on the same property, stating that I have the title deed and any other document that forms his title on that property. If you have the title deed and the mutation certificate, then definitely you will get relief from the court, and you will get shielded from all these potential challenges, disputes, and these claims, wrongful claims coming from these persons. So okay, so
we have questions if you want to. Should I?
Ashna, I'll just explain the procedure, and then we'll start with the questions.
Okay.
Right. So now I'll discuss the procedure, how to apply for the mutation thing. So first you go to the department, the revenue department or the municipal corporation or the office of sub-registrar, wherever the property is located, right? So you go to that department and take the mutation application. Then you have to gather all the information, the requisite documents, like you have to have your title document, any other document that is related to the title of the property. Then you should have your address proof, your identity proof. When you are done with all the documentation, then you go to the department and file your mutation application along with the supporting documents. Then the department will do the verification of the documents produced by you, and if the department is satisfied that yes, whatever documentation you have produced is correct and as per the law, and nothing is suspicious, then the department definitely gives you the mutation record or issue mutation certificate to you, right? So it involves the payment of nominal fee and charges, and it depends upon state to state. The mutation process is different in every state. So it depends upon where the property is located and what type of property is being mutated. Right?
So if we try to conclude this, in a nutshell, then it would be appropriate to say that if this critical step is not taken care of, by the property owner, then that person has to face some legal complications or some legal disputes related to ownership, and it might be a limitation to the future property transactions. So therefore, it is highly recommendable and advisable to ensure that this step is complied with thoroughly and all the proper procedure is followed by the due process of law.
Yes. Okay, so
there's one question from Ramandeep Kaur. Hello, very informative video. I also have a question. Is it important to get the mutation process done for NRIs also? Asking on behalf of a friend.
Yes, it is important for everyone, Ramandeep. Thank you for the question. I'll answer this question with an example. You see, you are the owner of the property and you have the title document with you, but your name does not reflect in the mutation records. Okay. So the government is interested in that piece of land. The government wants to acquire it. So the government will check their records, and the government will see that some other person's name is showing as owner of the property. The government will start giving the benefits to that person. Because your name is not there, you will lose out all the benefits of that property. The government will give the refund of that property against the acquisition of land to that person. So definitely it is very much important also for the NRIs. Every person should get the property mutated once he or she acquires the title of the property. I think that answers your question.
So there's one more question from Aarti Sharma. Hi, my father acquired the land from my grandfather. My grandfather left a will and it was an ancestral land. We took the will to the department and the property was transferred in my father's name. Someone told us that the mutation is not required because we have got the property through the will. What do you suggest? Should we go for mutation or the transfer from will is enough? Thank you, Aarti, for the question. I would like to clarify that the mutation is a mandate step. See, once you become the owner of the property, it's very important that your name reflects in the government records as well. So even if you get the property through the will or any other, a mode of transfer, it's always advisable to get the property mutated in your name so that your name reflects in the government records as well.
Yes.
So I think you should definitely, pursue this step as well.
Yes.
I think that answers your query. Okay. Ma'am, there's next question from Monica Kapoor.
Okay.
Can the mutation application of the property be rejected from the department?
Thank you for your question, Monica.
Kapoor.
Hi, Monica. So yes, it can be rejected on few grounds. What I can think of first, okay, if you go and file the mutation application and some other person files this objection petition or application in your mutation proceedings stating that I am also interested in this property, I have some connection with the previous owner of this property, or if he's able to convince the revenue authorities that he has some right and interest in that property, in that scenario the revenue authorities can put your application on hold or can reject it. Also, if the revenue authorities are of the view that the documentation presented by you is not up to the mark or is against the law, state guidelines, or something is suspicious going on there, so in that scenario also your application can get rejected. So if you feel like you can go to the higher official and file an appeal against the order of the revenue officer, you can do that.
Yes.
Yes.
So there's another question from Mr. Sunil Kumar. Our land in Haryana is joint in nature. We have the biggest share in that area. We need to get it partitioned. The mutation also has to be done. Can you help us? Okay. So thank you Sunil for the question, and definitely we can help you. See, first of all, we would like to tell you that the property is still not partitioned. So at the very first, the very first step is that you should get the property partitioned first, and whatever share then comes on your name, that will be mutated in your name. So there are two steps. First, we will get the partition done, and subsequently the mutation process will take place. So we would like if you could share the papers with us, some property papers with us,
yes,
so that we
can help you.
We can guide you properly. Proper strategy can be formulated.
Yes. Yes.
So we will be looking forward to it.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Then next question. Mohit is from Mohit Munjal.
Okay.
Hello NRI Legal Services. My friend is living in the United Kingdom and he owns the land. The property is in his name through natural legal heirs. Okay. He has asked me to get the mutation entered for his property. Can we do it online? If yes, please explain me the procedure.
Thank you for your question, Mr. Mohit Munjal. No, you have to do it manually.
Yes.
The process is offline only. You have to go to the revenue department and get the mutation application and follow all the procedures, and only then the mutation will be done in favor of your friend.
Yes.
So you have. Is there any description of the property?
No, ma'am. No,
you have not mentioned the area where the property is located. So I would suggest that you give us the property details, and only then we will be able to guide you better how to proceed with this case and what is the procedure in that particular state.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So moving on to the next question.
Yes.
Okay. This is from Mr. Harjinder Benz. Does the land my father bought nearby the village after selling our ancestral land qualify as ancestral land? How do I think there's a error. I don't know.
Does the land
my father bought nearby the village after selling our ancestral land qualify as ancestral land? How do I get my fair share of this land?
Okay. I didn't understand the question. Does the land?
I think it's incomplete information.
Yeah. Okay. We are moving to the next question.
Yeah, this is incomplete question.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next question is from Mr. Gaurav. Hello NRI team. My uncle moved an application for mutation of property, which is agricultural land. He had lost the original sale deed, so he filed the photocopy of the sale deed. Okay. But the application was returned to us. The property is in my uncle's possession and we are cultivating it from last 20 years.
Okay.
Every piece of information was given to the department. the department is telling us that in their records there is some other sale deed which is very old, and it is not in my uncle's name,
Okay.
but in the name of some other person. Okay, what should we do in this case? Okay, so it's a very
Okay.
complicated
Yes.
question.
It's a little complicated. You need to approach the civil court and get the relief from civil court only. So the revenue department will also become party to the suit, so that the department only answers to the court on what basis the mutation application of your uncle was rejected or returned. So in this case you have to prove your ownership in this case. So you have to convince the judge that you are the current owner of the property and you are possessing that property. When the judge is fully convinced that yes, you are the owner of the property, only then the court will give directions to the revenue authorities to do the needful and make necessary entries. You have mentioned that there is some other sale deed in the revenue records. I am guessing that it pertains to the previous ownership of the property. So this name was of the previous owner. So Ashna, I remember one case. We had this case where the client approached us for transfer of the property and further mutation. So his father acquired one property, and after his death the client wanted this property to be transferred and mutated in his name. When we approached the revenue authorities, we got to know that no property is reflecting under his father's name. We did the title search, we did the due diligence, and we went back 40-50 years back. We checked out all the documents pertaining to that property, and we came to know that his father never got the property mutated in his name. So the previous ownership was going on, and the opposite parties taking advantage of this fact that their father are showing as owners of the property, they got property mutated in their names and further sold it. So now we had no other option but to file the civil litigation, and through this litigation only the client got his rightful share in the property of his father. So I think it is very important that you should go to the court and get the necessary entries done in your uncle's name, because otherwise you will face several problems in future regarding this property.
I think you've explained in pretty detail right now.
I just remember that.
Okay. Yes. So there's another question from Mr. Ashwini Kumar. Hello. We purchased the property in the year 2015 in Surat, Gujarat, and the same is given to the tenants. We did not apply for a mutation certificate. The tenants are not vacating the property, and now we have to take possession legally. We have already given them the legal notice. If we go to the court against the tenants, can this fact damage our case that the property is not mutated in our name? Okay, so thank you Ashwini for the question. First of all, in your case, the property document is not required because there is a landlord-tenant relationship, as the ownership is not in dispute. But they are not contesting that you are not the owner, but it's like just the landlord and the tenant relationship. So in this case, the tenant has no right to ask a mutation certificate from the landlord. And yes, you can go to the court, get the eviction order from the court, so the tenants are evicted legally, and there is no question on your part, and you can enjoy the peaceful possession of your own property.
Yes, because it's landlord-tenant relationship. The tenant cannot attack your ownership.
Exactly. So you are the owner of the property, and you can enjoy the fruits as well.
Yes.
Okay, so there's another question from Deepak Jaiswal. ਜੇ ਕੋਈ illegally property ਦੀ mutation ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਕਰਵਾ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਕੇਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਾਲਕ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ? Okay, ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੈਸਵਾਲ ਜੀ, I would like to answer this question in Punjabi only. See, ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕਿਸ property ਦੀ mutation ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਂ ਕਰਾ ਲਈ ਹੈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ of course challenge ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, and ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਰਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੂਟ ਫਾਈਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਡੈਕਲੇਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਮਿਊਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੈਨਸਲ ਕਰਾ ਦਈਏ ਐਂਡ ਦੈਨ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰਟੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਚੜ ਜਾਵੇ, ਸੋ ਦੈਟ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰਟੀ ਆਫੀਸ਼ੀਅਲੀ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਰਿਕਾਰਡਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੀ ਸ਼ੋ ਹੋਵੇ. ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਵੀ ਕੈਨ ਡੈਫੀਨਿਟਲੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਯੂ ਇਨ ਦੈਟ. ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਡਾਕੂਮੈਂਟਸ ਜਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰਟੀ ਪੇਪਰਸ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰੋਗੇ, we can go through those documents so that we can have a clarity the property on the property, and of course with the further detailing as well. So thank you for the question. Okay, Then my next question is from Manit Sood. I got one flat transferred in my name after the death of my father. I want to sell my property. What do you suggest? The mutation of the property has not been done till date. Okay.
Yes, you need to get the property mutated because now it's your property, and if you want to sell it further at any point of time, you really require this document in hand, because the buyers often ask for such documents, and if you do not provide such documents to the buyer, it will affect your deal. So the buyers actually look for every document to make sure that he is also entering into a fair deal, and absence of mutation certificate with you will definitely affect your sale. So definitely first you get the property mutated in your name, and then you put it on sale. Yeah.
So ma'am, there are no more questions as of now.
Okay. Okay, so I think that's it. So I hope this video was informative and productive for you all, and we'll be back with another Ask Me Anything session next month. And if you have any other query, you can write us at query@nrilegalservices.com, and please do not forget to follow our Facebook page.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.